not too long ago, a principal at a Dallas high school in Texas was removed due to singling out about 100 black students. Now, it sounds like she summons them to, I guess, the auditorium, in a sense, to blame them for the school having a B rating, I guess, as far as state testing is concerned. So, of course, the students went back and told their parents. Now, it sounds like she also said she wanted to create a black social club. Now, one of the parents said none of that made sense to her, because how do you go to blaming the black students for the low rating at the school, but then say you're going to create a black social club? So was that social club to, I guess, get them up to speed or whatever it is? Now, the principal, Chandra Hooper Barnett, sent out an apology saying, oh my gosh, I didn't mean it in a sense. I shouldn't have singled them out. Now, if you haven't already seen or guessed, she is a black woman. Now, one of the parents was like, I was shocked that came from a black woman. Now, when I heard this story, I said, oh, not me. I'm not shocked. Now, I've told this story before in regards to myself. One day, I was an 11th grader in summer school, and I had a teacher by the name of Byron Piper, okay? Now, I was in 11th grade in 1987 or so, okay? So, we took a test, and when I got my grade back for the test, I had a D. Now, the student next to me, she was Hispanic. She got an A. So we kind of talked about the test and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. You know, I got the same answers you did, for the lack of better words. I didn't understand why I got a D. So I approached Mr. Piper, and by the way, Mr. Piper was black. I approached him, and he looked like he saw like he was a deer in headlights. And so he says, would you come outside with me? So I went outside with them, because this had to be a mistake. Do you know? That man told me, well, you're black and you're going to have to work harder for everything that you get in life. And so, yes, I gave you a D. You didn't deserve it. But, I just want you to know that you have to work harder. Now, really just kind of thinking back, he thought I was stupid, I guess, and that I wouldn't know that he purposely gave me a D because he had self-hate and all of that. And of course, I found out he was married to a white woman. And he just did not like black people at all. Even one of his students, who was, I roughly been 16 or 17 at the time, he would do that to me and then tell me that. Now, I didn't go home and tell my parents because I didn't know what to do with that. Now, years later, when I did tell my mom, she goes, why you didn't tell me? I was like, I don't know. I just didn't and it bothered me. It bothered me for a very long time, and I'll keep it real with y'all. It bothered me to the point that I'm in my high school group type of thing on Facebook, and everybody, one day somebody actually made a post about him. Oh, Mr. Piper was this, that, the other. Boy, I tell you, I was like, no, he wasn't. And I told them what he did to me, and then they said, well, Mr. Piper died some years back, and I said, oh, he did. So then I went on to the internet to kind of see what happened to him and stuff. He was older or whatever the case is. So I saw his his funeral guest book type of thing. And if you wanted to leave a comment, you could. And so I did. I said, Mr. Piper had a lot of self-hate, and I told him, what he did to me and this, that, the other. Now, I'm a little bit more mature. I don't know if I would have done that now. Yeah, I would have. Let me stop lying, because it bothered me for years. So I say all that to say, a lot of times we be thinking that it's going to be white people that do it to black students, and they do. But we don't think about the black people who get up in those positions of power, like the principal per se, and do that kind of stuff to black students. But see, the thing is, they have no knowledge of self. And they think that the students don't either. They think the students will be like, well, if you're blaming us for the tanking scores here at the school, the B rating is not terrible, but whatever, right? I guess she wants an A. But she didn't think that the students would go home and tell their parents. So clearly those students got a little bit of knowledge of self, because they knew to tell their parents what happened. Now, me back in 11th grade, I wish I would have told my parents, but then something tells me that I wish I didn't, because my parents are built just a little bit differently. I think they would have turned that school inside out, upside down, right? So maybe I didn't tell them for a reason, but don't you ever think that because they black that they are for you. And if you have kids that are in school, you should be up there anyway, making sure that everything is being done right by them, because a lot of times people put on black clothing, but they think white, especially of white supremacists. So anyway, y'all let me know what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube. Peace.